was a gym down in Amarillo with paper stars taped to the walls. The senior prom was Friday night. I still remember every song. You stood there in a blue dress, laughing with your friends by the door. I had your name written in my pocket, but I never crossed that floor. By Monday you were gone to Austin. College dreams in city lights. I stayed back working on my daddy's ranch, trading books for barbed wire. Years rolled by like tumbleweeds. Marriage came and slipped away. But every spring I'd hear our old song and drift back to that gymnasium, to the dance we never had, the kiss I never stole, the words I kept inside my chest, till they turned to dust and smoke. Funny how one silent moment can follow you for years. Sometimes the loudest heartbreak is the one nobody hears. Last October at the county fair, I saw those blue eyes once again. A little older, a little wiser, but I'd know that smile anywhere. You laughed and said I waited that night. Thought maybe you'd ask me first. I smiled and shook my head, thinking that almost hurt worse. To the dance we never had, the kiss I never stole, the words I kept inside my chest, till they turned to dust and smoke. Funny how one silent moment can follow you for years. Sometimes the loudest heartbreak is the one nobody hears. Then the band started playing softly, an old country waltz we both knew. You reached your hand across the table and whispered we still could, if you want to. So we danced the dance we never had, 40 years behind its time, gray in our hairlines on our faces, but your hand still fit in mine. The crowd disappeared around us like the world had slipped away. Turns out forever sometimes waits for hearts that never changed. And somewhere that shy young cowboy smiled, 'cause he finally crossed floor.
Met her at exit 17 on a Sunday morning drive at a roadside farmer's market just outside of Caroline. She was selling jars of honey from her granddad's old beef farm, with sunlight in her brown hair and wildflowers in her arms. I stopped to buy a mason jar and head on down the road, but we got to talking about the weather and the places we called home. An hour slipped away like dust drifting through the breeze, and somehow that little roadside stand felt like where I was meant to be. The next week I came back again, pretending I needed more honey stacked up in my kitchen from the visits before. She laughed and called me out on it, said you ain't hard to read, then handed me a lemonade and pulled up a chair for me. By August we were dancing at the county fair at night, beneath the string of colored bows glowing soft and bright. The band played an old two-step while stars filled up the sky, and I knew right then I didn't want another goodbye. She feels like Sunday morning at exit 17, like a place you've never seen but somehow always dreamed, like the first warm sun after a week of pouring rain, like finding your way home without knowing you were lost along the way. She ain't fireworks or a runaway train, she's a steady kind of love that stays, and every day with her still feels like Sunday morning at exit 17. Now there's a porch swing by the farmhouse where we watch the evening fade, and a little girl who runs around the yard chasing butterflies all day. The honey stand still opens every weekend in the spring, and folks still stop to buy a jar and hear the old bees sing. Sometimes I'll catch her smiling when she thinks I'm not aware, and I swear she's just as beautiful as that first morning there. Funny how a simple stop can change a whole life's course, like turning down a road you almost passed before. She feels like Sunday morning at exit 17, like a place you've never seen but somehow always dreamed, like the first warm sun after a week of pouring rain, like finding your way home without knowing you were lost along the way. She ain't fireworks or a runaway train, she's a steady kind of love that stays, and every day with her still feels like Sunday morning at exit 17. People talk about forever like it's some impossible thing, but forever's just 1,000 little moments in between. a cup of coffee on the porch, her hand reaching for mine. The ordinary things that make a life shine. Yeah, she feels like Sunday morning at exit 17, like the sweetest little blessing I never saw coming. Like a song the radio plays exactly when you need a reminder that the best things arrive quietly. She ain't fireworks or runaway train. She's the steady kind of love that stays. And after all these years, she still feels like Sunday morning at exit 17. There's a pawn shop on the edge of Tulsa by the railroad line, where old guitars and wedding rings wait to outrun harder times. One rainy Tuesday afternoon, killing time on my lunch break, I walked inside that dusty room just to get out of the rain. Behind a shelf of hunting boots and yellowed photographs hung a battered violin with a crack across its back. A handwritten tag beneath it read, "Not for sale today." And something about that little note made me stop and stay. The owner was an old man named Charlie Reed, who'd worked that counter 40 years, maybe more than he believed. I asked him why that violin never seemed to leave the wall. He smiled and poured us both some coffee. Then he told me it all. Back in '87, when the oil fields went bust, a young father brought it in because he had to feed his son. Said he'd buy it back someday when life got back on track. But the years kept moving forward and he never made it back. So the violin in the pawn shop waits like a promise frozen in time and space, for a hand that remembers every note it knew, for a dream that never quite made it through. Some things are worth more than money can say, more than a price tag fading away. And every scar in that old wood sings of the lives we carry in little things. A month later, Charlie called me out of the blue. Said, "You ain't gonna believe who's standing here wanting news." An old man with silver hair and hands worn thin with age had walked into the shop asking about that very case. He said, "My daddy used to play that fiddle every night till hard times took it from him. When I was just a child, he passed before he got it back, but he spoke about it still, and I promised if I found it, I'd bring it home for him." Now the violin from the pawn shop sings in a house where grandchildren gather and dream. Its melody carries across the room like a voice returning after years of silence too. Some things are worth more money can say, more than a lifetime drifting away. And every scar in that old wood sings of the lives we carry in little things. That night the family gathered on the porch under Oklahoma stars, and for the first time in 40 years they heard their grandfather's song. Not from a record or a story told, but from strings alive once more. And every note seemed to open up a long-forgotten door. Yeah, the violin from the pawn shop came home after decades wandering alone, and the music filled the spaces time had left behind. Now when the evening settles down and the crickets start their choir, that old fiddle tells a story that survives every fire. 'Cause love don't disappear with years, and dreams don't always die. Sometimes they just wait patiently for the right hands to arrive.
Every night around 11, I'd roll across I-40 West. Coffee in the cup holder, 40,000 pounds to haul ahead. Channel 19 was mostly chatter, truck stop jokes and weather reports, till one old voice from Amarillo started checking in, and every night at 4 he'd say, "Breaker 19, how's everybody doing?" Like he knew us all by name. They called him Old Coyote, nobody knew where he lived. He'd worn about black ice in Kansas, or where the highway started to drift. When somebody broke down after midnight, he was always first to call. Didn't matter who you were, he answered every call. He'd finish every conversation with, "Keep the shiny side up, boys." That voice on Channel 19 got a whole lot of us back home. Through blizzards, floods, and desert nights, none of us drove alone. You never saw his face, never shook his hand, but somewhere in that radio static was the best man in the land. Then one October he went quiet, a week, then 2, then 3. The highway sounded different without his Tennessee drawl to lead. One night a rookie keyed the mic. Anybody heard Old Coyote? Nothing. Then a woman answered softly, "This is Linda. He passed away last Monday." She said he loved every one of y'all, even the ones he never met. He said the highway was too lonely to let anybody drive it by themselves. Nobody talked for nearly a mile. one night. How's everybody doing tonight? And before signing off, every driver says, keep the shiny side up. Not because it's just a saying, because it's how we remember him. Yeah. Some men never become famous, they just become family to thousands of strangers.
Mama always kept an old brown Bible on the table by the rocking chair. Its pages smell like cedar wood and 30 years of whispered prayers. Every Sunday she took a 20 between the Psalms and John. I'd ask her why she never spent it. She'd just smile and carry on. She'd say, son, this ain't emergency money. It's for someone hurting more than me. You'll know the day it's meant to leave, when the Lord lets your heart see. Back then I thought she was just talking, like parents sometimes do. I never guessed those simple words would one day pull me through. That $20 bill in my Bible was never really about the cash. It was faith folded between the pages, waiting for the right path. You don't measure wealth by what you're holding, or the numbers in your hand. Sometimes the richest thing you'll ever own is the chance to help someone else stand. Mama passed one cold November. Leaves were falling through the yard. While packing up her little farmhouse, I found that Bible where it was. The 20 was still tucked inside it. Saw waiting on the next chapter in somebody else's day. Driving home through pouring rain, I saw a young man on the shoulder holding a cardboard sign that read, "Need gas to get my daughter home." I reached into that old Bible and finally understood that $20 bill in my Bible bought more than gasoline. It bought a little girl one safe ride home and tears nobody'd seen. Now every Sunday there's another one tucked between those worn out pages, 'cause some inherit land or money. I inherited Amazing Grace. Yeah, Mama never spent that 20. She spent a lifetime teaching me when to.
In the corner of Gate 12 at Nashville International sat an old upright piano, worn smooth from years of travelers' hands. Businessmen, young dreamers, soldiers heading overseas would stop and play a song or two before disappearing with the breeze. Most folks walk right past it, chasing flights and deadlines fast, never knowing every scratch upon that wood belonged to someone's past. But every Tuesday just past noon, an old man took that seat and played melodies so beautiful the whole terminal grew still. Nobody knew his story much, except he wore a faded cap and carried a photograph folded in his jacket flap. One afternoon I missed my flight and wound up listening near when he started playing Amazing Grace. I noticed tears. After the crowd had drifted off, I finally asked his name. He smiled and said, "I'm Walter, music's why I came." Then he pointed to the photograph he'd carried all those years, a young woman at that same piano, smiling ear to ear. At the piano at Gate 12, time slows down for a little while. Strangers become stories, and sorrow learns to smile. Every note carries somebody, every chord recalls a name, and for a few sweet minutes we're all travelers just the same. He told me back in '89 his wife sang in the local bars before cancer took her voice and left silence where songs are. On her final day, she made him promise through the pain, don't let the music leave this world when I can't sing again. So every Tuesday for 20 years he'd come and keep that vow, playing her favorite songs for people rushing through somehow. And nobody
just the same.
The next Tuesday something happened no one there could have planned. 100 people gathered round, singing softly hand in hand. Flight crews, kids and weary strangers filled the terminal with sound. And Walter sat there crying as his wife's favorite song echoed around. Now the piano at gate 12 still stands beneath those airport lights, and every Tuesday people gather before their flights take flight. Some come for the music, some come for the story told, but everyone leaves remembering that love can outlive growing old. Yeah, the piano at gate 12 still keeps her song alive.
I was 8 years old that winter, standing in Johnson's general store, staring at a baseball glove hanging by the front door. Mama counted every dollar, said maybe next paycheck, son. I smiled like I understood, but I knew there wasn't one. As we turned to leave that morning, an old man tipped his hat to me, slipped something in my little hand, and said, "Don't lose your dreams." It wasn't much, just a silver dollar, smooth from passing hand to hand. He said, "Keep this in your pocket till you become the kind of man who sees another little boy looking through a store window. Then you'll know exactly where this old coin ought to go." He walked outside into the snowfall. I never learned his name. That coin in my pocket bought a whole lot more than things. It bought a promise to tomorrow, passed from stranger down to me. Sometimes the richest people never own a mansion at all. Sometimes all they leave behind is one old silver dollar. "40 years rolled by like freight trains. Now my hair is turning gray. One December, just before Christmas, I saw a little boy that way, looking through the sporting goods store at a brand new catcher's mitt. His mama pulled him gently back, said, "Not this year, sweetheart." I reached inside my jacket pocket. That old coin was still there. I knelt beside him with a smile, placed it softly in his hand. He looked up and asked, "Mister, what's this for?" I heard myself say the very words, "Don't lose your dreams."
was meant to be. A little smaller in my world, a whole lot bigger in his dreams. Maybe someday he'll pass it onward to another kid somewhere. And long after all our names are forgotten, that old silver dollar will still be changing lives.
Morning fog was hanging low on the Blue Ridge line. An old red barn stood crooked where we spent our younger time. I rode through town on Highway 221, past the diner by the courthouse where my story had begun. Mama's porch light faded in my rear view years ago, chasing bigger dreams through cities that never felt like home. I traded mountain sunsets for a skyline made of steel, but every mile I wandered left a wound that wouldn't heal. Worked the night shift winters in the cold Tennessee rain, carried more regrets than dollars, riding freight trains through the pain. Then a letter from my brother showed up worn and stained with age. Said, "Dad still leaves your fishing pole beside the river every day." I stopped beside an overlook as daylight slipped away, watched the mountains turn to shadows, and I heard my conscience say, "Some roads are meant for leaving, some are meant to bring you back." And I finally turned the wheel toward the life I used to have. I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills, to the church bells are ringing and the whippoorwills, to the front porch stories and the river bend where the hard times broke me and the healing began. Every wrong turn led me where I needed to go, through the storm, through the heartache, through the winding roads. Now the mountains call my name like they always will. I'm coming back, I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills. Dad was standing by the mailbox when I pulled into the drive. A little older, a little slower, but the fire was still alive. He didn't say much when he hugged me in the fading evening light. Some things don't need explaining when you've been gone half your life. Mama set an extra plate and laughed the way she used to do. The radio's playing old songs drifting through the room, and for the first time in forever I felt the weight release, like the mountains wrapped around me and handed back my peace. I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills, to the church bells are ringing and the whippoorwills, to the front porch stories
when the highway loses light, home is more than a place, it's the reason you survive. I'm finally back in the Blue Ridge Hills, where the sunrise paints the valleys and the time stands still, with my family beside me and the river rolling slow. There's a kind of peace you'll never find out on your own. Every long road brought me to this front porch view, to the memories I left and the dreams that came true. Now these mountains hold my heart like they always will. I'm finally home, I'm finally home in the Blue Ridge Hills.
Every Tuesday at 6:15, she'd walk into Murphy's Cafe alone, order sweet tea and chicken pie, sit 3 tables from the window. I'd be there with my black coffee, pretending to read the local news. Truth was, I knew every little habit, every smile, every pair of boots. For 7 months I never spoke, just nodded when our eyes would meet. She'd leave $1 in the tip jar, always wave to everyone she'd see. Oh, Miss Betty caught me watching, laughed and said, boy, you'll never know if you keep falling in love every Tuesday without saying hello. 3 tables from the window, 3 steps too scared to take. I could rope a wild Mustang, but my heart was bound to break. Funny how the strongest hands can still tremble when love is near. Sometimes forever waits on one small word, the hardest one to hear. The next Tuesday I got there early, bought 2 slices of pecan pie. When she walked in, I pulled out the chair and somehow found the nerve to smile. She laughed and said, it's about time. I wondered how long you'd wait. I've been sitting 3 tables from the window, hoping you'd ask me on a date. 3 tables from the window, 3 steps I finally made. Turns out all those silent Tuesdays were leading to this day. Funny how the strongest hands can
can still tremble when love is near. But one little chance can change your life when you choose courage over fear. Now every anniversary we stop by that little place, order pie and sweet iced tea, and smile at the empty space. Sometimes a shy young couple's there, looking just like we once did. So I quietly pay their check and leave before they notice it. 3 tables from the window, that's where our story starts. Not with fireworks or fancy words, just 2 ordinary hearts. Now our grandkids laugh when they hear how close we came to missing this, all because a country boy finally leaned in for a kiss. Yeah, love doesn't always arrive like thunder. Sometimes it waits 3 tables from the window. There's a little red bicycle hanging in the barn, covered in dust beneath the rafters and stars. The paint's chipped off, the tires are flat, but I can't bring myself to throw it out. I found it this morning while cleaning the loft, sunlight pouring through the cracks. And just like that, I was 12 years old, with the whole world at my back. Daddy ran beside me down that gravel lane, one hand steady on the seat. Said, keep your eyes where you wanna go, not on the ground beneath your feet. I still remember letting go of fear as the summer wind filled my face, hearing him laugh somewhere behind me when I finally found my pace. That bicycle in the barn takes me back to who we are, before the years and all the miles, before the worries and the scars. Some things rust, some things rust, some things fade, some things fade. Some dreams don't turn out like you planned, but a father's voice can echo forever from a bicycle in a barn. My son came out while I stood there smiling, asked, "Dad, what's that doing here?" I pulled it down and brushed off the dust and told him stories he'd never hear. By sunset, we were fixing chains, pumping air into worn-out tires. And for a moment, the 3 generations were standing in that barn together. That bicycle in the barn takes me back to who we are, before the years and all the miles, before the worries and the scars. Some things rust, some things rust, some things fade, some things fade. Some dreams don't turn out like you planned, but a father's voice can echo forever from a bicycle in a barn. That evening down the county road, my boy wobbled, laughed and swayed, and I heard myself say the very words my daddy said that day. Keep your eyes where you wanna go. Yeah, that bicycle in the barn became more than an old memory. It carried lessons through the years, like a family legacy. And when my son rode off alone, with the sunset painting gold across the land, I saw my father riding with him from a bicycle in the barn. Yeah, some gifts don't come wrapped in paper. They wait for years in a dusty barn.
I was 23 and reckless, working shrimp boats off the coast. Thought I had forever waiting, thought a young man couldn't lose much. She ran the bait shop by the harbor, with salt wind tangled in her hair. Every morning she'd wave me out, standing on that weathered pier. Came September's angry waters, black clouds rolling from the sea. The radio warned all vessels, turn around immediately. But pride can be a dangerous compass when you're trying to prove you're strong. I pushed farther into open water, and before long, everything went wrong. And the lighthouse at Cape Fear cut through the storm and all my fear, like a promise shining through the rain, calling me back
The light kept reaching through the darkness till it led me back instead. The engine died around midnight and the sea threw me around. I thought about her waiting on the shoreline, praying I'd be found. Then through the sheets of rain and thunder, a single beam broke through the black. I pointed my bow toward that light and somehow found my way back. And the lighthouse at Cape Fear cut through the storm and all my fear, like a promise shining through the rain, calling me back home again. When the waves were high as mountains and hope was hanging by a thread, that light kept reaching through the darkness till it led me back instead. That was 20 years ago this autumn. Now my hair's turning gray, and every time I pass that shoreline, I still bow my head and pray. Some lights are built from stone and steel, some shine inside a faithful heart, and both can save a drifting soul. When the world falls apart, yeah, the lighthouse at Cape Fear still stands against the passing years. And every time its beam sweeps by, it reminds me how close I came that night. I got the girl, we raised a family, and built a life beside the sea. It all began with a light in the storm that refused to give up on me. Yeah, some miracles don't make the news, they just got a man back home.
There's a faded blue suit on the clothesline today, dancing in the Carolina breeze. Mama pinned it up at sunrise, right beside the bed sheets and the leaves. Most folks drive right past our farmhouse, never think twice what they see. But that old suit's got 40 years of family history. Daddy wore it when he married Mama in a church out by Miller Creek. Wore it when he held my sister, just a baby 3 weeks old and asleep. He wore it every Easter Sunday and every funeral in town.
help or prayer. That blue suit showed up around. That Sunday suit on the clothesline ain't just cotton thread and seams. It's every promise that he kept and every sacrifice unseen. Yeah, time may fade the color and life may wear us thin, but the things that really matter are stitched beneath the skin. Last winter we laid Daddy to rest. The church bell echoed through the pines. The pews were full of neighbors. Some drove for hours just to arrive. Afterward, Mama couldn't bear to lock that suit away. So every spring she hangs it out and lets the sunlight touch those days. That Sunday suit on the clothesline ain't just cotton thread and seams. It's every promise that he kept and every sacrifice unseen. Yeah, time may fade the color and life may wear us thin, but the things that really matter are stitched beneath the skin. Now my little boy asks questions. Why's that jacket hanging there? And I tell him, son, that's what love looks like when a good man spins it everywhere. That Sunday suit on the clothesline still sways beneath the southern sky, like a quiet kind of legacy that never really says goodbye. And every time the wind catches it, I can almost see him grin, 'cause the best parts of a father's life are stitched beneath our skin. Yeah, that old blue suit keeps teaching us, even now after he's been gone. Came home early on a rainy Thursday, mud still clinging to my old work boots. Your truck was there beside the porch, but another one was there too. Kitchen window glowed so warm, like every other night before. Funny how a man can lose his whole world standing at his own front door. You froze the moment that you saw me. You slipped out without a word. The silence hit a whole lot harder than anything I could have heard. pictures line the hallway, frames we'd picked out years ago. Every smile hanging on that wall belonged to people I don't know. So I left my ring there on the table, right beside the life we made. Some promises are built forever, some just slowly fade away. I didn't scream, I didn't curse, there wasn't anything to prove. Sometimes the strongest kind of goodbye is simply choosing to leave. I loaded up my old half-ton. Didn't take much more than clothes. That front porch swing kept moving softly in the wind we used to know. Halfway down that gravel driveway, I look back one final time, not because I wanted you, just to leave the hurt behind. So I left my ring there on the table, right beside the life we made. Some promises are built forever, some just slowly fade away. You can keep the house and memories, every picture on the wall. Love ain't worth begging for when it isn't love at all. Months rolled by like passing boxcars. Healing never comes overnight, but every sunrise found me stronger than the man who drove away that night. I learned a broken heart don't stay broken if you let tomorrow in. Yeah, I left my ring there on the table, but I found myself again. Some endings feel like losing everything till they become where healing begins. Now when I look back through those years, there ain't no bitterness inside, 'cause the best revenge I ever found was building a better life. And somewhere that old gold band still lies, but it doesn't belong to me anymore. First time I saw him was a Friday in May at a roadside market off Highway 61. She was buying wildflowers with dirt on her jeans, laughing like she didn't need anyone. A Tennessee sunset painted gold in her hair while she loaded up an old Ford bed. and for reasons I still can't explain, I couldn't get her out of my head. She rented a little white house by the river with a porch swing and a blue front door. Every Sunday she'd leave fresh wildflowers on the graves of folks she'd never known before. She said, everybody deserves to be remembered, even if nobody calls their name. That's when I knew my life was changing, and I'd never be the same. She left wildflowers everywhere she went, in broken hearts and fences bent, and small town souls that needed light. She turned ordinary into bright, and somehow she found this worn out man, taught these rough old hands to hold again. Yeah, love grew where nobody thought it could. She left wildflowers where she stood. That October underneath the maple trees, I got down on one knee by the riverbank. The leaves were falling around us slow, and I could barely get the words out straight. She laughed and cried at the same time, said, boy, what took you so long? Then slipped her hand into mine, like that's where it'd been all along. She left wildflowers everywhere she went, in broken hearts and fences bent, and small town souls that needed light. She turned ordinary into bright, and somehow she found this worn out man, taught these rough old hands to hold again. Yeah, love grew where nobody thought it could. She left wildflowers where she stood. Now there's a little girl with her mama's smile, running barefoot through the yard, picking flowers by the riverside, leaving them in mason jars. And every time I see that scene, I thank the Lord above for the woman who showed me kindness, could become the deepest kind of love. Yeah, she left wildflowers everywhere she went, in every dream and every blessing sent, in every sunset on the porch at night, in every reason my world feels right. When we're old and gray together, rocking slow beneath the evening sky, I'll still be falling for that girl with wildflowers in her eyes. Yeah, some people leave footprints in the dirt. She left wildflowers in my life. The scoreboard lights were flickering above the 50-yard line. October wind rolled through the stands on a cold Nebraska night. I sat alone on the top row where I used to hear them cheer. Now the bleachers felt a little bigger with every passing year. There was a time I wore that jersey with my number on the back. Thought Friday nights would last forever underneath those stadium lamps. But life moves faster than a fastball, and stronger than your plans. One day you're chasing glory, next day you're shaking working hands. Now I punched the clock at sunrise at the grain mill by the tracks. Got 2 kids who wear my old cleats and a mortgage on my back. The mirror shows a little gray where the dark used to be, and the dreams I thought I'd lost are staring from the stands at me. My oldest boy ran on to the field wearing number 23, same nervous smile I used to hide before the referee's whistle blew for me. And suddenly I understood what all those years were for. Some victories arrive much later than the ones you're keeping score. Give me one more season of sunsets and small town lights, one more harvest moon hanging over Friday night, one more chance to stand beside the people I call mine. 'Cause the best things in this life don't last forever, they just borrow time. One more season of laughter around the kitchen table, one more season of faith when life gets unstable. Every year keeps teaching me what matters most to hold. You don't count your life in trophies, you count it in the souls. The game was tied in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes left to play. My boy threw a pass down the field and the whole town lost its mind that day. The crowd erupted like thunder rolling across the plains. But what hit me harder was the pride running through my veins. Afterward we drove home slowly beneath the starry sky. He talked about the winning play while I just smiled and drove. Because someday he'll leave this town and chase a dream beyond these roads. And when he does, I hope he learns the thing I finally know. Give me one more season of sunsets and small town lights, one more harvest moon hanging over Friday night, one more chance to stand beside the people I call mine. 'Cause the best things in this life don't last forever, they just borrow time. One more season of laughter around the kitchen table, one more season of faith when life gets unstable. Every year keeps teaching me what matters most to hold. You don't count your life in trophies, you count it in the souls. The wheat turns gold and falls away, winter comes and spring returns again. The years keep rolling like a train, but every season leaves a gift behind. And when the final whistle blows, I won't remember every score, I'll remember who was standing there when I walked through every door. So give me one more season of ordinary days, one more sunrise shining through the window's dusty haze, one more Sunday church bell echoing through the air, one more chance to tell my family just how much I care, one more season of memories still waiting to be made, one more season watching children slowly find the seasons more than anything I own.
There's an old brass key above the kitchen door, hanging from a crooked nail since '74. Most folks never notice when they walk inside, but Grandpa said that key saved our lives. Back when Kentucky coal jobs disappeared and hard times settled in for years, bills piled high and hope ran low, like winter snow along the road. One December night, a stranger knocked, cold rain dripping from his coat. Said his truck broke down beyond the ridge and nowhere else was open. Grandma fed him beans and cornbread. Grandpa gave him a place to stay. Before he left the next morning, he quietly handed them that key. That key above the door reminds us you never know what kindness starts. One small act can change a lifetime, leave a mark upon a heart. When you're down to almost nothing and the world feels cold and far, sometimes grace shows up uninvited and leaves a light where darkness was. A month later, Grandpa lost his job and thought he'd have to leave the land. But then a letter came from Lexington, signed by the same stranger's hand. He owned a growing hardware company, needed someone he could trust. Said a man who helps a stranger in the rain is the kind of man I want. That key above the door reminds us you never know what kindness starts. One small act can change a lifetime, leave a mark upon a heart. When you're down to almost nothing and the world feels cold and far, sometimes grace shows up uninvited and leaves a light where darkness was. Now every Christmas Eve we gather, kids and grandkids packed inside, and Grandpa's story gets retold. The snow drifts past the window light. That old brass key still catches candle glow, like a blessing frozen in time. Yeah, that key above the door reminds us the richest things can't be bought. A warm meal, an open doorway, and
and helping hands when hope is lost. The world keeps spinning faster, but some truths never get too old. You never know which simple kindness might come back 100-fold. So we leave that key right where it's been, above the door for all to see. A reminder that a stranger once arrived and changed our family.
The radio crackled just past midnight on Route 84 through New Mexico. My headlights painted silver lines across a desert no one seemed to know. I'd spent 10 years hauling freight trailers, sleeping more in truck stops than at home, watching birthdays through a phone screen, always somewhere down the road. That night a song came through the static, one my little daughter used to sing back when she was 5 years old. Thought I could do anything. I pulled over by an old gas station, under a buzzing neon light, and for the first time in forever, I sat alone and cried. That radio on Route 84 hit me harder than ever before, made me realize what all these miles had really cost me over time. You can chase a paycheck coast to coast, cross every state from south to north, but some things get left behind when your heart ain't where you are. By sunrise I was heading east toward Oklahoma and home again, past windmills turning in the distance, past towns I'd only passed through then. When I pulled into our gravel driveway, my daughter ran out through the yard. She was nearly 16 by that summer, and suddenly I saw how much I'd missed. That radio on Route 84 hit me harder than ever before, made me realize what all these miles had really cost me over time. You can chase a paycheck coast to coast, cross every state from south to north, but some things get left behind when your heart ain't where you are. Now I still drive, but not for weeks on end.
Sometimes success looks a whole lot different than the dreams you started out with. Yeah, that radio on Route 84 changed what I was living for. Turned a lonely highway into a sign, pointing me back to my life. Now every night when I pull in the drive and see that porch light shining warm, I thank God for one old country song and a radio on Route 84. If some roads take you far away, just to show you where you belong.
Rode into Cedar Creek at 10:30 with a rusted duffel bag and a past full of sin. The church bell rang through the Alabama air like it still remembered a boy who grew up there. Mama's porch light glowed at the end of the lane. Same white swing, same window pane. I stood in the gravel with my boots in the dust, wondering if this town still had room for us. 10 years gone chasing city neon signs, trading quiet sunsets for overtime. I lost a good woman somewhere along the way, missed birthdays and Christmas Day. Daddy's old toolbox sat beside the barn, covered in rust but still holding strong. That's when I learned what I'd been running from. A man ain't rich if he's got no one. I'm back to Cedar Creek, back where the river bends, back to the front porch nights and my oldest friends, back where the stars still shine without the city lights, back to the roots I left behind. I thought freedom lived somewhere far away, down endless highways I could never stay. But every road I took led me to see home was waiting back in Cedar Creek for me. Now the wheat fields dance in the evening wind, and the boy I was is alive again. Mama laughs while the coffee brews, talking about all the things I used to do. The scars are there, but they don't define every wrong turn shaped this life of mine. And when the sun drops low beyond the trees, I finally feel a little peace. I'm back to Cedar Creek, back where the river bends, back to the front porch nights and my oldest friends, back where the stars still shine
but every road I took led me to see home was waiting back in Cedar Creek for me. The miles don't disappear, they become part of your soul. Every broken mile marker helped me find the road. And the man looking back in that old truck glass ain't the same young fool from the past. I'm back to Cedar Creek, where the church bells ring, where the river keeps telling the same sweet thing, where forgiveness grows like summer rain, washing years of hurt away. I spent a lifetime searching for what I couldn't see. Turns out home was the thing that rescued me. And under these Alabama stars tonight, I'm finally where my heart belongs.
Me and Jenny climbed that water tower on a July night in '95, with a pocket knife and 2 spray cans, thinking we'd stay 25. She painted a heart, I wrote our names high above that little town. Said even if the paint fades someday, they'll never take us down. Life had other plans waiting. She took a job in New Orleans. I stayed fixing tractors with my daddy, living somewhere in between. Letters turned to Christmas cards, then silence after one last call. Funny how forever sometimes slips away without a fight at all. But our names are still up on that water tower, faded by the rain and sun, like 2 kids who thought love would always outrun time. The whole town's changed around it, new stores where the fields once stood. But every time I look up there, I remember who I was. 30 years rolled by like freight trains, until the town fair came around. I heard somebody call my name, turned, and there she was in the crowd. Silver in her auburn hair, same green eyes I'd always
guess they never painted over us.
Yeah, our names are still up on that water tower, holding on above Main Street. Proof that some old promises refuse to leave. The years can steal your youth away, but not every memory. Some are written higher than regret,
where the whole world can't reach. Near midnight we climb that ladder again, slower than we used to be. She reached out and touched those faded letters, then reached her hand for me. She whispered, I never stopped wondering. I whispered, neither did I.
now our names are still up on that water tower, but tonight they mean something new. Not two reckless teenagers, but two hearts that made it through.
We can't go back to 1995, and neither of us wants to try. 'Cause love ain't about staying young forever. It's finding your way back before goodbye. Some stories aren't written in books. They're written where the whole town can look up.
I saw her standing by the gas station out on Highway 84. The summer storm was rolling in, thunder shaking the store. She held a cardboard coffee cup, hair dancing in the wind, and something in that moment made the whole world slow again. I offered her a ride to town before the clouds broke loose. She laughed and said, only if you're playing something good with roots. An old country song came through the speakers, crackling low, and somewhere between two verses I forgot where I was going. We spent that Friday driving roads that barely had a name, crossing little county bridges while the sky poured down like rain. She told me about Georgia and the dreams she left behind. I told her how I'd built these walls one heartbreak at a time. The windshield wipers kept the beat as evening settled in, and every mile beside her felt like a place I'd never been. Not because the road was new, but because she made it shine like sunlight breaking through a storm I'd carried for a long time. Now every time the rain comes down, I hear her laughing through this town like a melody drifting from an old FM. And I fall in love all over again. She turned gray skies into gold somehow, made forever feel like right now. Every drop that hits this roof tonight still whispers her name in the rain outside.
by the river, where the willow shadows sway. I got down on one knee at sunset as the daylight slipped away. She cried before I asked the question, said yes before I spoke, and the river carried echoes through the Tennessee smoke. Now there's a photograph beside our bed from that summer stormy day. Two young hearts beneath the station sign while the clouds rolled away. Sometimes life arrives so quietly, you almost miss the sign. Then one unexpected moment changes everything inside. Now every time the rain comes down, I hear her laughing through this town, like a melody drifting from an old FM, and I fall in love all over again. She turned gray skies into gold somehow, made forever feel like right now. Every drop that hits this roof tonight still whispers her name in the rain outside. People spend their whole life searching for a feeling they can't explain. I found mine on a roadside shoulder in the middle of a summer rain. And when we're old and the years move on, when silver finds her hair, I'll still thank those storm clouds rolling in for leading me right there. So let the rain keep falling down across these fields outside our town. Every drop's a memory I can't replace of the day heaven put her in my way. She turned a passing storm into a lifetime, turned a lonely road into a finish line. And every night when the thunder rolls again, I still hear her name in the rain. Yes, every night when the thunder rolls again, I still hear her name in the rain.
There's a forgotten mine in town tucked deep in Colorado hills, where the railway quit running and the clocks all learned to stand still. Most folks packed their lives in boxes when the silver dried away, but old Walter Green stayed behind and watched the years decay. Every evening at sundown, he'd walk the empty street, past the boarded up hotel and the church without a priest. Then he'd climb the ridge above town where the cold winds always blew, and light a lantern by the tracks like he'd done his whole life through. The story went that 40 years ago, his young son disappeared on a snowstorm night in January, the worst they'd seen in years. The boy had left to catch a train and never made it there. Nobody found no final words, just questions in the mountain air. People called it foolish hope, a wound that wouldn't heal, but Walter never missed a night, no matter how he'd feel. Through blizzards, floods, and summer heat, through every passing year, kept on burning bright for someone who might appear. And the last lantern in Black Creek still shines where the old rails meet, like a promise made that never broke, like a prayer rising through the smoke. When the whole world says let go, some hearts refuse to lose their hope. So the last lantern in Black Creek burns for the one who never came home. Then one October evening, when the aspens turned to gold, a stranger stepped off a freight train looking tired, gray and old. He stood beneath that lantern light with tears upon his face and stared toward the silent town like he recognized the place. Walter heard the footsteps coming down the gravel road. At first he thought the mountain wind was playing tricks again, but when the stranger softly said, "Dad, it's finally me," 40 years of sorrow broke like rain into the sea. And the last lantern in Black Creek still shines where the old rails meet, like a promise made that never broke, like a prayer rising through the smoke. When the whole world says let go, some hearts refuse to lose their hope. And the last lantern in Black Creek burned long enough to bring him home. No one ever learned the whole story, where the years had taken him away. Some mysteries belong to heaven, and some are better left that way. But every soul in that old town still talks about that autumn night, when hope outlived the hands of time and faith outshined the dark. Now the lantern's gone from Black Creek, the tracks lie quiet in their sleep, but the legend travels mountain winds through every valley, ridge and stream, that sometimes love keeps waiting long after reason says it's done, and sometimes one small light can guide a lost heart safely home. Yes, sometimes one small light can guide a lost heart safely home. There's a pair of work boots hanging from the old water tower just outside a town called Red Oak, Oklahoma. Faded leather, cracked and worn, swinging in the prairie wind since before I was born. As a kid I'd ask my daddy every time we drive by, why's nobody taking those boots down from the sky? He'd just grin and say, one day you'll understand. Then he'd shift that old truck into gear and head across the land. Years later at 17, I learned the story true about a man named Caleb Ross that only old timers knew. He worked every ranch for 50 miles around, fixing fences after storms when they came crashing down. One summer brought a wildfire racing through the plains, the kind that turns the daylight orange and makes grown men pray. When the flames jumped Miller Creek and headed straight for town, Caleb stayed behind to help while everybody else got out. And those shoes by the water tower still dance with the Oklahoma wind, like a reminder of a man who gave more than he had to give. Some folks leave behind a fortune, some leave a famous name, but some leave a town still standing, and that ain't a small thing. For 20 hours straight he worked with volunteers, digging lines and moving cattle through smoke and fear. The fire finally turned away just north of County Road 9, and every family made it out with a little luck and time. The next morning when the danger passed and the sky turned blue, the town gathered at the diner trying to figure out what to do. The mayor climbed a ladder with Caleb standing near and tied those old work boots high above the water tower sphere. Now those shoes by the water tower still dance with the Oklahoma wind, like a reminder of a man who gave more than he had to give. Some folks leave behind a fortune, some leave a famous name, but some leave a town still standing, and that ain't a small thing. Caleb never liked attention, never made a speech or boast, said I only did what anybody would have done. But everyone knew better, 'cause when fear was running wild, he chose to stay and fight while others ran for miles. So the shoes by the water tower still catch the evening sun, watching over fields of wheat and children out having fun. And every new generation asks why they're hanging there. Then somebody tells the story, and Caleb's still with us somewhere. Yeah, those shoes by the water tower still dance in the prairie air.